Welcome back. I am going to work with these papers that I showed you on Fest Fun Friday number 8 that are included in my downloadable digital collage packs. So these papers are from two different packs, from the vintage paper pack and from the French receipts pack. And I'm starting with a page from the 7 Gypsies book that I showed you. I can show you again. It's kind of a cool book. I love the cover, and it has the 2 ring binders, or 2 rings for the binding, but it has just lots of different papers in here already, several of each. That's a page I already did, of each kind, and they're just great. They're heavy, sort of heavy duty papers. Anyways, I like it because you can take the page out to work on it. So that's where the substrate page came from. So I'm just going to start first. I just want to tone the edges of this paper a little more. So I'm just going to use my, ooh, that's a lot. I'm using Archival Ink. Glad I started in the corner. And I'm just going to add a little more tone around the edges here. I mounted this paper on a piece of multimedia paper just to give it a little more oomph so that it won't buckle quite as much, and I hope putting more water on it won't lift it off of that paper, but we shall see. It's pretty dry. I'm going to just use the same sepia ink and just do a little random stamping in the background. Nothing that I really want to read, just I like this text stamp. I like the texture that it gives. I don't want to overdo it. Alright, that's enough. Okay, I hunted through my stash and found some things that I'm going to use on here. All these little bits, these little pieces, I just went around with vintage photo distressed ink to age the edges. And then from the side of this is a magazine photo that I tea-dyed, and I just saved a little edge of that. I have a little piece of corrugated cardboard and a piece of rusty cheesecloth. So I thought that would be good for a sentiment here. So I have all of those pieces, and they're going to go somewhere. But first I want to darken sort of the center area of this where my focal point's going to be. So I'm just going to dab on some fluid acrylic in burnt sienna. I'm going to water it way down on my mat here, but I still want to be able to see what's underneath. It's fairly transparent paint because it's a fluid acrylic, but I'm just going to dab some on around where I know the photo's going to be, so you can still see through it really well. And I'm going to spray it and diffuse it a little bit more and hope the paper can take it. Mop it up a little bit with the baby wipe. No, maybe a little too much. Let's get some more back on there. I'm just kind of even just letting the baby white just hang into that a little bit. Let me see here. That's where I think he's going to go, just a little off center. I'm going to get some more paint down this edge here. Covered up that edge that I like so well, but that's how it goes, because there's no way around it. Slap some onto here. Okay, dry that. I'm looking to see where it was still wet. I thought it would be good to splatter some of that burnt sienna on there too, so I'm going to water it way down and I'll give it some splatters here and there. I was going to splatter with black at the end. I may still do that lightly at the end, but I want the brown ones too. So of course all my matte medium that I did have on my mat is dried up, most of it. Like I said, I'm almost out, so really can't be wasting it at this point till I get some more in. I like the picture of this old guy. He didn't stop to read his caption before I cut him out. Looks like a miner or a bootlegger or something, I don't know. So done that because I wanted to put stuff under him. Oh, Sally. Okay, let's see what we do here. I wanted to tuck under that corner and this corner. I got carried away. I'm going to have to, that's not going to tuck under as far as I had it before. I had that there. And what I have in this corner up there, oh, this string. Alright, it'll be okay. Get a smaller brush. This was another piece that I coffee dyed. A piece of modern ledger paper. It turned out looking really nice and old. Again, you get those ruffled edges from being dyed, and I put it in the oven to dry, so it gets pretty ruffly around the edges, bumpy and buckly. That's okay. Just adds to the texture. That edge just doesn't want to stay down. A little stronger glue would help probably in that area, but the heavy gel, I think, to get that to stick over that. Yes, I am. Super heavy gel. Need a little more oomph under there. There we go. And it'll stick these threads down a little better too. I don't want them all stuck, but enough to just hold it in place so it doesn't fall off. The rest can kind of hang free. Sticking in my finger now. There, that's good. And we have a little Scrabble tile, plastic Scrabble tile, and an old button. Hear that? My air conditioner just came on, and my register grate is banging in there. I don't know if that's going to stick. I want it to stay on there. Maybe if I don't touch it. Otherwise we'll get out the E6000. Okay. Now I have found some old tax stamps. And if you're old like me, you remember that you got these stamps when you bought things indicating like how much sales tax you paid. And then you could put them in a book, and no, those were trading stamps that went in the book. I don't know why we got the tax stamps. I remember getting them, or my mom getting them. I don't know if it was just proof that you paid your sales tax or really what the deal was with it, but I found some and I think they're cool, and that's why I've been using those here and there. I really should scan them so that I have them. I think I'll use the heavy gel. I have this piece of Civil War fabric. It came out of off of an old quilt scrap. And I thought it went well with this old guy. He looks like he's from about the Civil War era. Whoops, I just dipped my brush in just so instead of... Oh. Ever have one of those days? I'm kind of having one. It was one of those sleepless nights last night. I think I fell asleep about 2:30 or 3 o'clock and woke up at 5:30 this morning and couldn't go back to sleep, so kind of running on empty. I love these pieces from the Tim Holtz Ephemera pack. That's where this and this and this, they all came from that. I used them a lot. I'm probably going to have to buy another pack here before long, but it's nice weight of paper that it's on, and they're just reproductions of old pictures and old advertisements and little doodads. Okay, I like that. And then I'm going to get this out because I'm going to need it for under here. And the best you can do with the cheesecloth is just kind of push it into the medium, and again I want the edges kind of free. I'm just going to glue down the center part here that will hold the rest down. I like all the loose strings, even the ones that stick in my paintbrush, my glue brush. Just didn't want to stay there. Alright, good enough. And then I will glue down the cardboard piece. I love using recycled stuff. Especially corrugated cardboard is so cool, I think. You can do so many things with it. I just ran the ink pad over the edges of this so that they would show up. Liking it so far. If that looks weird, it's because I have to stand on a stool to see in the camera to see where to hold things, because I use my iPad and it's over my head, oh, probably 6 inches, so I can't really see what I'm filming as I'm filming it, which is oftentimes why I'm holding things out of frame, because I can't see what I'm doing. I can't see what you're seeing. Sometimes you're not seeing what I'm doing because, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to let this dry, try and get those buttons to dry. I'm going to put a sentiment on there as soon as I figure out what it should be, and then we'll call it done. I think what I can do before I do that is I'm just going to go around the edge of this. I need to sharpen it with my Stabilo, which I also need a new one soon. It's getting short. Now I wouldn't want to have to put any more or much more water media on there. I would just continue to activate that Stabilo and make a gray mess. So, last things last, right? Except for this, which will just get glued there, so that won't bother it. It's fairly simple, which is okay with me, because I really did want to see a lot of those background papers coming through. I'm going to splatter some black on here. Okay. That was an accident, but I like it, so I'm leaving it there. I need to go around the edges of this with the ink. That's better. So I hope you enjoyed watching this process. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Maybe share it with a friend. Subscribe to my page if you haven't already. Just had I have a giveaway running right now until July 5th for 3 packs of my digital collage papers. So that's in Friday's video, the Fast Fun Friday number 8, if you want to take a look, if you haven't seen that yet. And I hope you had a good time watching this. And in the meantime, you go make some art. Bye.